What's up, everybody? Today I'm rocking my OCB gear, so if you're interested in doing your first natural bodybuilding competition, highly recommend the OCB. I judge and promote there. You can check out the Mind Muscle Classic here in Huntington, West Virginia on April 19th, 2025 if you're interested in doing that. However, that's not what today is about. Today is going to be 3 tips for training as a parent. I have 2 little boys, they are 4 and 3, and they take up a lot of time. And sometimes that time interferes with training, interferes with dieting, and I just wanted to share 3 tips for how I get through workouts or how I get my training volume in during a week so that I can continue to maintain and make gains as best as I can. So if you're interested in that, let's get on to the episode. So first of all, let's just acknowledge that being a parent is hard. Bodybuilding's hard in general, but layer on top of that, being a parent, you have so many more variables to keep up with, so many more plates to keep spinning, if you will. You have to manage unexpected interruptions, time constraints, the sheer exhaustion of life. As of right now, my little one is knocking on that door, but you won't be able to hear that because I'll take care of that in post. But with the right strategies, it is possible to fit in training even in the most chaotic of environments. So here are the 3 tips that have helped me the most. So let's outline the problem. So bodybuilding, or fitness in general, hypertrophy training, is an issue of cramming in increasing amounts of volume. Now, you can argue about your optimal gains or optimal gains in general. I think literature still does outline, 10 to 20 sets per body part per week. There are some studies out there to show upwards of 40-ish sets for particular body parts during a given week. However, we're not going to speculate about that yet because I don't think there's enough lit out there to support that. So the struggle of bodybuilding in general is getting in enough volume. So here are some tips on how I get in my volume. Number 1, utilize agonist-antagonist paired supersets. So the beauty about this is you can get in a lot of volume in these supersets and not really sacrifice performance. So this would be pairing something like a push-up with a pull-up or a push-up with an incline row on a bench. By pairing antagonist muscle groups together, you reduce rest time and you can still get in similar amounts of volume and make your workouts more efficient overall. So whenever I'm building workout routines now, more than likely, since I'm a professor and I have my kids, I'm doing 2 to 3 antagonist paired supersets. So something like a shoulder press with a pull-up, a push-up with an incline row, and then a bicep curl with a tricep push-down. Those are 3 different antagonist paired supersets that I could do in an individual workout. So that's tip number 1, antagonist paired supersets. Tip number 2, structuring spillover workouts. What the hell is that? Someone's probably already come up with this conceptually, but I just like calling them spillover workouts. So I have a 3-day-a-week split. Within that 3-day-a-week split, there are multiple antagonist paired supersets, and I have that scheduled on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are my main workout days. However, in between, I have spillover days. So with children, there is chaos, and you must be prepared for chaos. So my workouts are structured in such a way that if I don't complete everything on Sunday, I have around 30 minutes the next day where I can complete an antagonist paired superset if necessary. Now, if I don't need to, I can utilize that as a rest day. Or if I am not pressed for time and I'm feeling recovered, I could jump into part of the next routine. So the beautiful thing about spillover days is that you build in times when you don't have time for a full workout, but you can complete something that was left over from the day prior. Now, on a perfect week where there is no chaos and I get all 3 of my workouts in a single day, those are 3 slightly longer workouts now, an hour, hour and a half, something like that. I get tons of rest and I still get in appropriate amounts of volume for the things that I'm working on. Now, is this perfect? Am I getting in the optimal amount of volume to grow? No, absolutely not. However, having a 4 and a 3-year-old requires a certain amount of tension, which requires a certain amount of tension away from bodybuilding. Does that mean I need to quit the sport? Absolutely not. I just need, for this time, to modify my style of training, focus on antagonist paired supersets, structure workouts in such a way where I can account for variability. This is sort of an anti-fragile strategy. If you know Nassim Taleb, so sort of bend, don't break strategy, there's no reason I can't get the volumes in. I just have to be a bit more psychologically flexible in how I do that. Tip number 3 is something I do whenever I've got a lot more chaos in my life. So I just started this professor gig. In the spring, I'm going to start up my research lab. I am getting ready to jump on another diet. My boy's got some things coming up in the winter, and we're going to get ready to do some trips. So I'm going to start incorporating some landmark exercises. What is a landmark exercise? Landmark exercises are exercises that I want to focus on that focus increasing the amount of volume for a particular body part. So for me, since I have a pull-up bar that goes from my dining room to my kitchen, pull-ups are a landmark exercise for me, especially since I want to develop my lats. Now, the idea of a landmark exercise is to accumulate volume across the week at times when you normally wouldn't accumulate volume, but you find yourself with some extra time. So over the course of the week, you have your set goals for the amount of sets that you have for a given body part. So for my lats, anywhere from 10 to 12. And let's say I have programmed in automatically, anywhere from 4 to 6 in my workouts. So that leaves me with 4 to 6 outside of my workout that I need to accumulate volumes in. Now, is this the most efficient or most productive way to accumulate volume? No. Is it a way to accumulate volume? Yes. And it can be done at any time interval that doesn't directly impact my next sort of lat training day. So let's say that my training day on Sunday I had just completed. It is a rest day. My lats are feeling good, and I find myself with a little bit of extra time. I go to my programming, look at the rep ranges. So I either load up the pull-ups or I just do it body weight. Generally, I leave it body weight because that's easy. It's much easier to get in there and do 3 to 4 sets of pull-ups with just body weight. I first warm up with that with some bands, and then in, 10, 15 minutes, I knock out 3 to 4 sets of my lat pull downs because my lats, as a part of my body, I want to develop and make stronger. Now, you can do this for anything. You can incorporate push-ups within the 20 to 30 rep range by having those loaded just a little bit. But these landmark sort of exercises help you fill in the volume gaps in your body parts that you would normally be trying to cram in to other workouts. However, they just don't fit. So if you are to a point where you are stuck on a body part and you can't really incorporate another full training day, try incorporating landmark exercises that you can easily warm up for. Push-ups you can easily warm up for. Pull-ups take a little bit more, maybe some bands, but by having these exercises that you can just fit in 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, you can do those in gaps during your day, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, depending on what you have. Push-ups you can do basically anywhere. And you can target effective rep ranges for those exercises and increase your overall set number, which, as we know, increases overall hypertrophy. So again, if you're a parent and if you're interested in a bodybuilding style of training and you're running short on time and there's a lot of chaos in your house, the 3 tips: Antagonist paired supersets. Tip number 2, spillover workouts, so that you can have structure throughout your day, but you still account for some of the chaos. And tip number 3, landmark exercises that you can do individually, warm up for easily, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, so that you can get the appropriate volumes for your body. All right, everybody. Next time you find yourself pressed for time, you're in the middle of chaos, try all of these tips. Let me know how you like them. If you heard something new, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and hopefully it helps you out. Now, if you're interested, I'll see you in the next episode for another fitness or mental skill. Hope I see you there.